I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior.
Yeah, I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. A bitch is a jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the boss, I got Richard and Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah, Kari can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm vivid about, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bad. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you ain't in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros.
Welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half the dynamic duo killing it, known as Buddy V, with the one and only
Sam K. And man, we got another phenomenal guest in the building tonight, all the way from StreetBeefs West Coast, the one, the only, the phenomenal Mxrtem.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, brother.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You, I want to say you're one of those shining stars, one of those rising stars that came out of nowhere, and you made waves, man, in a short amount of time.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't expect that. It's till this day it's been something really weird to me, but I'm trying my best to keep on putting more bangers out there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every fight you've been in basically has been a banger, man.
I try my best.
I can attest to that. I've seen the fights all on YouTube. Go watch them. They are dope.
Yeah.
What's up, Ryan OTH?
For the people who aren't aware of Mxrtem, he's a StreetBeefs West Coast fighter. If you're trying to look him up, you see his name right here spelled in the corner of his box. Speaking of your name, let's go ahead and let's get to the obvious, man. Can you tell us where you got the name as well as the spelling of the name?
Okay, so the name alone was at first an Instagram name. It was just an Instagram handle for me. And while I was in high school, everyone kind of knew me as Mxrtem or MX. And so when I was signing up for StreetBeefs, I couldn't find anything to really, call myself. So everyone just told me, hey, go with Mxrtem. Everyone already knows you as Mxrtem, so go ahead, try it. And so the way I came about of making that name in the first place was the word Mxrtem is Latin for death or anything dead.
Oh.
And the X, I put it in as an unknown variable, something that you don't know. And so the mixture of MX is where I come from, Mexico. So it's just like a little insight. So it would be if I were to put everything into what the name means, it's like the unknown dead Mexican.
Mm.
That's why I try to fight like a zombie, like I'm getting hurt, but I'm putting in that pressure, and you ain't stopping me.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that fighting style too, because I was gonna ask you what one of your bases was in a fighting style, because you're quick, but not only are you quick, I watch your footing and the placements you have and the mechanics give you so much more power. I mean, I don't know which is better, your speed or your power. I mean, what did you start off with fighting?
I mean, like a good fighter once said, once you manage speed, the power comes right behind it. McGregor said that. What I first started training with, or for, was boxing. I used to get into a lot of street fights, and there was a security guard in an apartment complex of mine, and he kind of just helped me, guided me out of getting in trouble and put me in a gym. And from there, I started boxing. And from boxing, I found love for martial arts, and I found Wing Chun. And from Wing Chun, I started putting more things together, and I found Muay Thai. And when I found Muay Thai, I started training at what would be when right now they're called Milestone Martial Arts, but back then they used to be called One Fight Team. It is the gym under Wanderlei Silva.
Nice.
And I think I heard one time you train with Relentless, right?
Oh, we trained at the same gym. Yes.
Shout out Relentless. That's my old Gorilla Lion. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's a real one right there. Shout out to him.
And speaking of which, not only did you guys train at the same gym for a period of time, but you guys also had a fight. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
You want to talk about that experience? That was an MMA match.
I gotta give it to him. He, as a martial artist, I honestly seeing that fight and how he did it. It was beautiful. I mean, he knew exactly what to do. I am a striker. I am strictly striking. My ground game goes to very little wrestling, so it's not something that I practice a lot or even practice during that camp. And I'm not making any excuses. It's just I really didn't care to do any wrestling. I was just hoping maybe he would stand and bang with me for a little bit, but he did the perfect thing. He took me down, did what he had to do, and he got that championship.
Oh yeah, another fun fight to watch too. And I mean, props to you for getting in there. I know a lot of people can't always step in the cage with some of their training partners too. I know it's just one of those things. So yeah, but you're real warriors out there. You put on a show.
Thank you.
Not only that, but Mortem's fought people out of his weight class, much bigger than him. Relentless and him weren't the same weight, and we've seen you fight other guys. You know, whether it be different weight or different height. Can you talk about what that's like dealing with different weights, but also the different heights?
Growing up, I've always been a very you have seen me in person. I'm not the tallest person ever. I'm pretty short, so I would get picked on a lot. When I was younger, I was more chubbier. So being a shorter and chubbier kid, you get picked on a lot. So when I started learning boxing, I really focused on trying to learn how to be in and out from these big tall dudes. And I would say it was a mistake, but at the same time a blessing that instead of training with kids my age at that time, I trained with pure adults and people who were already fighting. And these guys would obviously they would go light on me or sometimes even go hard because I will say some of the people at those gyms, we've all been there. There's those guys who just like to go hard. They'll say, "Hey, let's have a light spar," and they just start ripping your head off. And so from there, I learned and I got used to, tanking, those big hits, big heavy blows. Because whenever I prep for a fight, I always like to spar with heavyweights, middleweights, anyone bigger than me, just so I can get used to that impact of getting hit harder and harder and harder.
Damn, hell yeah, absolutely. And do you walk around your fight weight, or do you need to cut a little bit because you fight at like 132 or?
I was fighting at the 130s and 135s, and after the little break we had from the last October event to this one, I went up a weight class for that last event, which I unfortunately didn't get to fight. I was up at 144, so I've gone up a weight class in order to go for a certain someone who hasn't been wanting to fight me recently.
Let's talk about it, man. What is it that we're missing here for those who don't know?
Uh, Even though it was my very first fight, till this day, I've been wanting to get that rematch with Battleborn. I have to be honest, I am one of the few people who he did not finish or slow down in a single bit. I know if I go in there again with him, he has no chance against me. I've been training for him day and night ever since. And when he got that championship belt, oh, that the fire lit even more. I just wanted it even more. I was like, if anyone is gonna do it, it's gonna be me. I don't see anyone else who could do it. Jesse Drags, he had a good game plan. He had a good fucking game plan, and I will always praise him for that shit because that was perfect. But as I told him, he got a little too emotional, got cracked. But that happens to everyone. I just know if I go in there with him again with the 4 ounce gloves, I've gone up a weight class. We'd be the same weight. Height, I don't give a fuck about the height. I just know once I'm in there, he's gonna be in my hands, and that's all I want.
that first fight with him really that's what made the impression, I think, to everyone, because we saw one of the tallest fighters in our division or in our organization go against a mighty warrior. You kept coming forward. You weren't intimidated, and we saw a fire get lit under you. Can you talk a little bit about the 4 ounce gloves, because that's something you don't hear people talking about or doing, and you have mentioned it more than once that this is what you want to do.
So I've always been a huge fan of One Championship. I've always thought that they have more entertaining fights and just more overall enjoyable fights to watch. If you really look down at the careers those fighters have had, it's hundreds of wins. And once I saw that they had those 4 ounce Muay Thai fights, I just knew it was like, if I can't fight Muay Thai bare knuckle, because to me obviously not many people want to do it, but one of my biggest goals besides StreetBeefs and being, a pro, is to at least get to fight in King of the Streets once or twice. To be in that gory little brutal fight spot and throw down. It's the closest I could get to being in one of those eras where like Royce Gracie, Wanderlei, and all those guys fought, where it was headbutting, knees, all the most crazy brutal fights you could think of. That is what my goal was. So I remember even talking to Smoke and a couple other guys and saying, is there a way we could have like a 10-minute round or like a let weight type of rule set, or like what's the farthest I can push it here? And the
Right.
farthest I was able to do it was the Muay Thai 4 ounce. I just think that a lot of people think of Muay Thai with the regular boxing gloves. That's already entertaining, but once you go down to that little thick glove, oh man, it's fun.
I like that. And I mean, since we're talking about being, gritty fighter and all these other places, I would like to see you fight, and I would watch all those. I definitely would. Well, what Ryan said earlier was how you put away All Father. I want to ask about that fight too, because man, I rewatched that one 3 times today before I came on the show. I'm not gonna lie.
Mad respect to him. He came in there and a lot of people don't know it, but leading into that fight, I didn't have an opponent, and he himself had said, "Hey, if nobody wants to fight you, I'll do it in 4 ounce." So, big respects to him for doing that, and then being able to stick and bang with me for that little round. I loved it. It was amazing. But prepping for that fight, I didn't originally think I was gonna fight him. I had seen a couple of other people in my weight class who were a little bit heavier who I was preparing for, and so the whole time, once I was camping, and I saw that he had said that, we switched the camp right away, and we started studying him, seeing all his flaws, everything he wouldn't do, his best work, everything we could to be able to finish him as fast as we could possible.
Yeah, you definitely went out there, did your thing, and the beautiful part of fighting, man, is it seemed to light a fire under All Father, because he came back after some time and ran through his opponent. So,
Yep.
shout outs to All Father,
Oh
Battleborn
yeah.
as well. And yeah, man.
Check that out. I didn't watch that one yet. Dang. Now, I know you said you like some of that raw, that bare knuckle stuff, and so I have to bring up real quick before this next question that Zuel is the official sponsor of a BKFC professional fighter. And February 2nd, Derek Gates, the Buck, will be making his another fight debut out on the big screen. So, should you want to buy this T-shirt, this is a prototype. They're all in black and yellow, not black or white, black and yellow. But this was just one making sure everything was right. You can
Oh
find that
yeah.
on the website as well-world.com. Derek the Book Gates, buck up or back down.
Hell yeah.
Which is perfect because you said you want to do some pro stuff. You're a striker. You whoop some ass. So would you want to go, some of those, King of the Streets and whatnot? Would BKFC be a possibility then? Because we see some street beef fighters doing on different yards. So
I would definitely love to do it. Anything to me, any opportunity I get to fight, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I love it. I never back down from a fight.
Nice,
I like
nice. I like one of my favorite fights of yours is going to be you versus Darkness. Can you talk a little bit about that fight? That was a gritty fight as well.
Um, I've mentioned this in a couple other podcasts before. Um, I growing up, obviously, you guys, I'm pretty young. I barely turned 20 this Friday, and I grew up watching StreetBeefs, even like the early on videos. I was like 16, 15, watching you guys, well, all these people fight, and it was something I always saw. And when I remember seeing Darkness fight, what's his name? Rest in peace. The
95
Pride.
Pride.
my pride.
Yes, him. When I saw him fight, when I saw those two guys fight, and then I saw Pride fight, I don't know. It brought me like so much like joy that I knew that not only me but other people who had the same thought and that wanted to put out a fight and work this way were out there. So it was something that I always saw. So when I got to see Darkness and see him fight, I saw him fight in my first fight when I went against Battleborn.
Mm,
And to me, it will always be such a trippy experience because the gloves I used to fight Battleborn in were given to me by Darkness. And
mm,
then I ended up getting to fight Darkness in my last event. Now, I wanted that fight to also be in a 4 ounce Muay Thai fight, but we ended up agreeing to making it a boxing glove type of fight. And I will say, me personally, it's not one of my favorite performances. I could have done a lot better. The gloves tired me out. I wasn't prepared for the big gloves. I wasn't training for big gloves.
mm.
So as soon as I got them on, I did get a little bit tired. But it was just in the aspect of keeping my hands up. But everything else, I was ready. I was just stoked to be in there. So getting to fight one of the people I grew up watching, it was a surreal experience.
Damn. I was gonna say because I saw that Ghost was talking about if growing up and getting some street fights. You said earlier you had gotten a few. I think we haven't asked this question in a long time. But what's one of your craziest street fights you've ever been in?
Um, there was, I mean, it's a little kind of little. I don't think it's touchy, but when I was in high school, my senior year, um, I was a more mellow person. I stopped fighting a lot. I got away from all that stuff. But this was the one time I decided to, hey, someone fucked with me. I'm gonna act up. And this dude decided to mess with the girl I was dating at the time, and I had found out he was doing some chomo shit. He was out here sharing pictures of underage girls and shit. And at the time, he tried to use the excuse that he couldn't fight me because he was older than me, but we were both 18 at the time. He was 19, if I remember. And we ended up fading outside the street, like outside, like behind the school. And I remember part of that video is on my Instagram where I was just landing like kicks. Everything I had trained for before is like I had never used kicks, elbows, or anything like that in a fight. And as soon as I got a hold of them, I was just throwing everything I could at him, just elbows, knees, fucking kicks. I don't know. At the end, some dude drove up to me and gave me a gallon of water and said, "Good shit, bro," and just drove off. That was one of the, because I don't like to fight. Back then, yeah, I would get into like more fights, but they were stupid. They were stupid fights. So I can't say they were crazy ones.
Mm.
Yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, good job beating that ass. Like King Cow said, yeah, beat
Yeah,
that ass.
that's a hell of a story, bro. Hell of a story.
Thank you.
I kind of want to switch it up real quick and talk about Team Mortem. Who does that consist of, and what does that mean for the people who don't know?
Okay, so Team Mortem, it consists of Buzzkill, Mono, and an upcoming fighter who's going to be debuting at this event called Hashira Mikey, and a couple other two young cats who also train with us, but we're kind of just waiting until they get some more training in to really bring him into the team. But these guys, I grew up with them. Well, not I met them in high school, and throughout a good while we trained together. And these were people who I always thought, hey, they have really good skill to go out there and fight. But very few of them didn't really have that mentality or really didn't want to push themselves to go out for it. And so in my mind, I thought, okay, I want to get as many fights as I can, put bangers out there, make the name Mortem become known, make a team. That way, once my fighters come out and they put good ass bangers on, that the little bit of attention that I had gotten early on is going to give them more attention, and then they're going to get recognized. And so to me, that is something that I love. To me, Team Mortem has nothing to do with me. The name was just put on there so they could get more light. I wanted to carve a way for my friends because they've helped me out through some of the darkest times, and this is the best way I can repay them and helping them throughout this, and put out the best they could. Mono had an amazing fight. He had a first round finish, first
Yeah.
round finish in the submission. If I'm being honest, he could have finished it way faster, way faster. But Buzzkill also amazing boxing. He had, second fight of his, he had the championship. He was fighting for the championship belt. I'm proud of my guys, and I'm really happy to have them in my team and to be able to get them to be recognized the way they are. The whole Team Mortem is more of, it's not really a team. It's more of a wave of new fighters. I want to bring back that nasty type of fighter that like I said earlier, that there used to be, but humble. Like they titled my fight with All Father, humble but violent. I want to bring that back.
I like that. All right, some Don Kim. Hell yeah. The brother was a mask. Hell yeah.
I feel like you're definitely doing that, man. I feel like you're definitely doing that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
How many other 20-year-olds? I don't know too many that are out here doing something on your level, even pushing themselves to be better. Most of the ones I know are, getting ready to go out and cause some trouble around town.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask, since with training and whatnot, being younger, I know that you have a lot more energy naturally than someone who's a little bit older. So what does something with cardio look like for you? Do you like to run? Do you try to get your rounds in like with round or sparring to get your cardio in, or how do you do it?
So when I'm not camping for a fight, I just regular spar. I go on my runs. Off training, I work construction, so I'm casually already lifting and keeping myself pretty busy at work. So when I am training for a fight, I try to run 5, 10 miles, get 20 rounds of sparring in as much as I can, really, and just push myself to like the most I can. Cardio is something really big to me. I really try to exert myself. When I was in high school, I ran for a Gerald TC. I was put in a PT team, so they had me competing against other schools and just running. And running was always one of my favorite things before fighting. So I always like to really run more road work. I don't like a treadmill. I like to go on the road and just go at it.
Yeah. As Ryan just pointed out, man, as I always say, man, cardio is key. Cardio is key, and knowing that, at a young age from your start, your cardio will be just fine as you move up in age.
I
Oh, yeah.
kind
And
of
I
have to
like
keep it
that
that way.
question. Sorry about that. What you saying?
Oh, just saying, I gotta keep it that way. Can't let the old guys get to me too.
Yeah, yeah. Consistency.
It's like what? There's a quote from Jay, who's a skateboarder, Jay Adams, where he says, "You don't get old because you stop skateboard, or you don't stop skateboarding because you get old. You get old because you stop skateboarding." And I feel like that's with fighting too. Because how many old guys they keep at it, and all of a sudden you see them, they're like 85, they're walking with the cane. All of a sudden they're sitting there like, bam! You're like, what the hell?
Yep.
Damn. Okay. No,
What?
but Ryan had that question where he asked, "Would you rather do something like BKFC MMA promotion, or would you rather go with to more of like a Muay Thai style promotion?"
Well, right now my sights aren't too focused on MMA. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to. It is in my mind, but right now I really want to make a bigger impact in Muay Thai. So my sites are more focused on Muay Thai promotions.
All right.
Nice, nice.
Let's see the next Bois right over here. Start whooping everybody's ass. You
Mhm. And what is it
have
about
anything?
Muay Thai that draws you more so than any other style? Because Muay Thai is a specific game, and not everybody is built for that.
Um, I think it's a lot of when I first started boxing, I started getting bored. I and big respect to my boxers, but me personally, I started getting bored. I felt like there was so much more I could do with my body and everything I had on me that just throwing punches wasn't enough. So that's why I started going to other things. And then when I found out, what I first heard about was Muay Boran and Letway. And Letway is more like the what became a sport, which is includes headbutts, knees, elbows, same as regular Muay Thai, just with headbutts. Um, when I saw those fights, I saw that they wouldn't let each other go. They just grabbed each other and kept on go throwing haymakers, elbows, everything they had at each other. And to me, when I like to box, I like to be in the box and just go, everything, just rip the body, rip the head, not stop, almost like Mike Tyson. So because I loved that style of fighting, that Mexican, give a punch to take a punch to give a punch, I saw Muay Thai as that outlet. It's like, wait, I'm gonna have the pleasure of being able to get hit and handle it, and also beat the fuck out of someone. And that was just the best thing I could have ever found. It was just amazing. It was like almost like a gift. It was like the universe just said, "Here you go."
But what's your hidden talent? I was born to beat some ass. That's what I'm talking about.
Mhm. Hey, I think you're absolutely right with your weapons and options and stuff. The creativity's there. I wanted to ask, who are some of your inspirations in terms of the fight world?
Um, it has to be okay. It's a couple of guys, but if I had to dot it down to three people, it would have to be uh, Shan Sanchai, Nick Diaz, and McGregor. Those have been some of my biggest inspirations, as in to the martial arts world.
Free smoke. I like that answer. Yeah. Now, I was speaking of another fighter. Was there any fighters that you think you might want to see in another yard, whether it's Scrapyard or the OG branch? Because I know that we've been seeing a lot more different style matches, especially my favorite, karate combat's kind of cool to watch. I really like that.
Um, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Any fighters catch your eye, whether in your yard or another yard?
Oh, fighters I may want to go up against. I mean, listen, there was one fighter who I did have in mind, but he unfortunately retired after fighting Sensation, and that was Nogi. I really wanted to fight Nogi just because he had that power, and I just wanted to see if I could handle it. I just wanted to see if I could take him on, but he left before I could get that chance. The other fighter who I've seen from another branch, it has to be from the OG yard, and I would just like a striking match. I don't know. I've seen his striking is pretty clean, and it would be a sensation.
Mm,
Yeah, I was thinking
good
that.
fight.
Okay.
Good fight. I like that.
I would love to do a Muay Thai fight with sensation and 4 ounce gloves.
I like that.
I've seen him do
Station. One, two, three.
I've seen him do kickboxing against the Muay Thai fighter. They let the Muay Thai guy do Muay Thai, and he basically did kickboxing,
Mhm.
and that was an interesting fight. Very close too. Yeah.
It's been one of those things that I've always thought about having after I saw him fight Nogi and a couple of his other fights. I don't know. There's a couple things I feel like I can do, but he's also a very good fighter. It would be a good challenge.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Hey, do you have your name on the back of that on your West Coast sweatshirt? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Repping that merch.
yes, sir.
I gotta say, what's your favorite West Coast cage? You know, we gotta ask the West Coast fighters, you know, about the unlockable stages. Which one's your favorite?
I've only been obviously to the Smoke Ranch and the Hot Box, but if I'm being honest, that one cage you guys had in Cali, that was like the actual MMA cage, I thought that one was pretty cool. The OG yard also has a pretty cool, you know, cage with the ring and then also the grass at the bottom. I think it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Not gonna do that. On the scrapyard. Like, you gotta come up here and fight too. It might be a little cold, but hell yeah. Like, I'm Mexican, man. I'm Chicano, brown and proud. But see, in the summertime, I get dark, and in the olive skin in the wintertime, you can see I'm faded. Woo,
Oh yeah.
I'm lighter than my man. Oh,
Glass that goes down there, they become white.
dude.
You got to get that sunbed
Nah.
in real quick.
Hell yeah. I was gonna say, if you were to travel to fight, do you feel like the weather would be able to affect you? Because I know a lot of people really do enjoy training in the heat, trying to push their body to those limits, you know, being in those uncomfortable situations and stuff. Do you feel like if you were in the opposite kind of a like whether it's very cold or whatnot, that would affect your fighting style?
Um, like I said prior, I work construction, so I'm always outside. So when it's came to getting used to the climate and the weather, it's never been an issue for me. Never really been an issue for me. So no matter how hot or how cold, I'm always gonna be there for it. If it's
Yeah.
colder, even better because it's gonna hurt even more. Not for me, but for them.
Mm-hmm. I like that. And you're fighting at this month's event, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we have a pre-match with you right now.
Yes, but
Let's talk about it.
I don't want to say much because I don't want to scare my opponent. I don't want to say too much.
Got you.
You know who it is?
Respect. Yeah.
Who is?
I don't like I don't want to scare him off. I don't want to scare him off.
Okay. All right.
He's been in your yard.
He's been in our yard. He's seen
Oh,
me
I'm talking
fight.
about Scrapyard, so Buddy knows. So yeah, so he knows without saying, yeah. And hopefully Buddy shows up and is ready for war. You know, this is I was surprised when it was announced. I was surprised. But yeah, I understand what you're saying to the fullest.
All I can say is I've prepped for him before. I couldn't get to fight the last event. I've been hungry ever since. I'm ready. I'm fucking ready.
Who's gonna put no? No, I think I have a feeling. All right, okay. Now I'm excited to watch the fight though. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. See, I was supposed to fight this weekend at Scrapyard, but I couldn't. Family first. My son had a birthday, and I had to switch my days off, so I had to take care of my son's birthday. But man, I was so ready. I was itching. I was like, yeah. So don't worry, you guys. Soon I'll have another one to talk about.
Yeah. Hey, that just gives you more time to prep, man. More time to prep. Preparation is key, you know?
Always.
And with preparation, you know, comes, you know, fighting and diets, which I actually was curious about your diet, if you are consistent, or the biggest thing I say is age, because I know when I was younger, I didn't really look after what I ate and I still would, you know, do good. So I was curious about what you look like.
When I was, I do try to have like a clean diet because when I was younger, the most I weighed at was close to 210.
No, man.
I was pretty big.
What?
Big. And so I got bullied, so I just decided to pick up calisthenics and just start dropping weight. But when I did that, I did it in a very unhealthy way, and later on, kind of messed myself up a little bit. But now I'd like to say I have the Mexican routine. Anything my mom makes, that's what I'm eating.
Heck yeah, get some rice and beans in every meal. Oh yeah.
Just had that like 2 hours ago.
Hey, and shout out to you, bro, because on the outside looking in, no one would ever have guessed. You know what I'm saying? You're in great shape, and it looks like you've been like that your whole life. You know what I mean? So kudos to you, bro.
I worked for it. I try to help out everyone I can. If anyone out there is here in Vegas, wants to lose a couple of pounds, I'm always here to help you guys out.
Yeah, that's some discipline right there. Shit, I like that. I can't even lose like 10 pounds for myself. I still find myself in the candy drawer eating snacks. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, why am I eating this Kit Kat?
I have my moments, man. I have my moments too. For me, it's like I'm doing great until after a fight. After a fight, I kind of binge, and then it's
Yeah.
like it's trying to get back to the discipline. You know what I
Yep.
mean? But once I'm on it, I'm disciplined.
Yep.
A good diet
Yeah.
is key.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
mainly staying away from alcohol and beers.
Hey, preach.
Those add a couple of pounds. Those turn the 6-pack into a 12-pack into a 24, and shit, next thing you know, you're all bloated.
Yeah, and it turns into excuses too a lot of
Yep.
times.
You slip a little here, slip a little there. I was reading about that's why when you drink a lot, your pee turns clear at first too. Is because when the alcohol sits in your system, that's why you get extra dehydrated. It's pulling all the hydration, all the everything out from your cells, and your liver has to use it to process the alcohol as it's going through. So that's why you can keep drinking. You don't feel extra dehydrated till way after, and it's like, oh man, that's why
Yep.
that glass of water's not cutting it no more. Shit. The
Man.
sugar ones, as a bartender or as a former bartender, yeah, when they're putting like liquid sugar and everything, I mean, you really measure it up, you're fucking spoonfuls of sugar and all that. Oof.
Not good.
But I'll take a shot with y'all on camera if you want. Just one shot.
Shit, I don't even know. I don't think I got no alcohol in reach for.
I don't either, man.
I'm
Camping
big
right
cheap.
now.
Huh?
Yeah, it's camp time right now, so no alcohol in my system for a little bit.
Right. That's good, bro. That's good.
Fight day
Now,
though. That night, the whole team's getting fucked up.
Hey, bring in smoke. You just got to watch the fight when it comes out, man. You just got to watch the fight. It'll
a
be
little
worth the wait.
sensation,
It'll be worth the wait.
Ooh.
got the anticipation just woo.
So at this point, bro, how many fights do you have with us total?
4.
4. Okay, that's a good number. Good number. And then that is within what a year's time.
Yeah. The first 3 I had, I went back to back. I had Battleborn. Then the next event I had which was January. I had Allfather. Then, if I remember correctly, that February event got moved or got canceled because of the rain, and then it got moved to March, and that's when I got to fight. Was it Relentless? Yeah, Relentless down in the hot box,
Yep.
and then that's when I took a little break, and then I got to fight Darkness.
Okay. Could we see you in the Hall of Fame with the 10 fights or more?
It's not can, it's you will. You will.
Okay. Straight like that.
And in these fight camps, man, when you're getting ready, do you have anything that you try to focus on, or do you strictly try to focus on just your opponent that you're getting ready for? Or do you try to have something you think about, like you think about your reasons for why you fight when you step in that cage, or
Um, it's it's 2 things that plays in my mind. It's Biggie Smalls, and it's a quote of Mike Tyson, or like a little. It's almost like a hypnosis where he talks about how he's prepping his gloves, getting ready to enter the cage, how he's thought about how his opponent has dreamt about, hurting him, how he's dreamt about losing to this person, and so in my mind, I'm just constantly thinking about the whole time you thought this guy could beat you, he might beat you. You don't know. Right now, nothing fucking matters. Just go in there and hurt him. Hurt him. He doesn't care about you. They don't care about you. No one around here right now in this given moment gives a goddamn fuck. Just go in there, fight. Just go for it.
And you mentioned Biggie Smalls. You want to elaborate on that? What you meant by that?
Uh, I listen whenever I get ready for my fights. I listen to Biggie Smalls a lot.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite rappers. I grew up on the East Coast, so it's one of the people I listen to a lot.
Give us a few favorite songs. Well, what
Uh,
you listening to?
Warning, Who Shot Ya, and 7 Mac 11. 7 Mac 11 is my favorite one every time I get ready for a fight.
Nice.
Bringing Smoke's trying to figure it out. Yeah, what do you think will be the toughest part of your fight against he whose name must not be smoking? Yo, I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't think there's gonna be a difficult part. I don't think anything about this is gonna be hard for me. This is just another day in the office.
Now, you said that you live on the East Coast for a little bit, but you said you were originally from Mexico?
Yeah, I was born in Mexico. I was born and raised. Then I grew up on the East Coast in ATL in Florida.
Okay. Been around.
All right. Now you're on the West Coast. Damn, you went from big, 20-inch rims to over here getting some 15-inch spokes, 16-inch spokes. All right. I can dig it.
Do you have a favorite place to live, and as well as a favorite place to train or fight?
Uh, I have my little arena here where I train at for all the fights. I love training there because to me, growing up, I remember seeing dudes at my apartments training for their fights and just boxing it out. So now to be able to go out there and train and have these kids look at me the same way, it gives me more energy. It motivates me. And if I had to say where I would prefer to live, ATL. I love the forest. I love trees. I love the woods. It's been one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I want to go somewhere down south just for a seafood boil. That's what I want. An authentic down south seafood.
I've I've had plenty, man. It's hey, people love them. I ain't gonna say me, but people love them.
Would you ever fight 2 times at one event?
Oh, hell yeah! Just let me finish the first guy first.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I was I kind of ran out of some of the questions that I had written down for over here for you, man. Samka, you have any final questions for our guest tonight, Mr. Mortem?
Sure, man. Final question for me would be, what is the end goal for Mortem in terms of his fight career, his trajectory? Where would he like to end up at?
My biggest goal is to make Muay Thai be more known in where I'm from, being Mexico. It's I feel like it's a sport that a lot of people down there could benefit off of, and it would bring in a lot of more hardcore fighters. Plus, I remember a lot of people down there don't really have the opportunity to train and get away from their life, and so something I've always thought about is opening a gym down there and having it be free for the kids, anyone there who's willing to train and wants to escape from all that fucked up shit.
Like,
It's great, bro.
that Mexican way of fighting, like you said, is very in your face too. I'd be curious to see a lot more people fight with that style, but Muay Thai.
Mhm.
And it makes sense because if you look at the Thai fighters in Thailand, you look at the Mexicans in Mexico, like it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like that in your face, like you said, the in your face Mexican style, it translates perfectly.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like it's a good it'll bring a new breed. If I manage to pull it off, a new breed of fighter will come out. And whether it's me or somebody else, that is my goal, to make that impact, to create something new in this martial arts world. Be like the next, Royce Gracie, the next I don't know, just be the next guy to make something new in this damn game, you know.
Be the first mortem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First one, I like that. Just say it out loud. Yeah, put that shit in that affirmation. Put it out into the universe. Yeah, let it be
Yeah.
known.
Absolutely.
Ryan, we won't skip your question. He's curious. You think you're gonna fight some crazy legs? Think you got some crazy legs in you?
Ooh.
You'd have to
Ooh.
cut a little bit. Well, you fight around 140, so yeah, about the same weight.
I
Crazy
wouldn't
legs
mind.
is thick. Stop that. Crazy legs is 165.
I wouldn't. I
He
mean,
goes up and down. Yeah.
155 on a good day.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing like a catch weight or going up a weight class to go for it. Like I said, I never back down from a fight. If he ever wants it, I'm all for it. Just give me like a month to bulk up.
That's a
Right,
good
start doing
fight.
some extra papas.
Skill wise, style wise, yeah, that's a good fight.
He also put it on Battleborn too. So
That was a fun fight to watch.
Indeed. Indeed.
I think that was when you fought Relentless, right? Because I think I
yeah,
saw that one fight in person. Okay, yeah. 'Cause
We
I did meet
all
you
three
in
of us
person.
fought that day. Uh
Well, all
Matter
right,
of
man.
fact,
Well,
my guy probably should have fought you, like just off of weights and styles, you know.
there is. Now that I remember, there is one other fighter who I have thought about fighting, and he's from the hot box, and that's Slug. Slug is one of
Yeah,
those people who
that
I
was the
thought
guy I
about.
fought. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one person I've thought about fighting before.
That would have been good. That would have been good. Would have made more sense than you and Relentless,
Yeah,
for sure.
if he ever comes back, I'm all for it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who else is good at your around your weight? I've only seen him maybe once or twice. He fought Marauder way back in the day. Campos.
Campos. Yeah,
He was nice. He was nice.
he was good.
Yeah.
I have to go see his fights. I don't remember him. Damn.
I mean,
Yeah.
again, not really a threat to me, but it would be a good fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, shoot, man, if you want to get into any shout outs or any plugs you want to do right now, would be the great time to do it.
Big shout out to my team. Shout out to Mono. Shout out to Buzzkill. Shout out to Mikey. Big shout out to StreetBeefs West Coast for letting me, do my thing. Come out
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
pull up. Shout out to the Hot Box. Shout out to Scrapyard. Shout out to the whole community of StreetBeefs. You guys are amazing. And shout out to myself. Let's fucking do this. Let's fucking bang.
Yeah, yeah, man. Well, hey, we appreciate you coming on. It was a pleasure having you, bro.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll watch your fights again after this.
Yeah, man. Another
I would
great
hear the
conversation.
name.
Huh?
I really like to hear the name. That was cool because always loved having the X on there, and I was always curious and hearing how it all came together. Like, oh shit! All right.
Has some layers to the meaning there.
As we like over. That's why we got the show, so y'all can understand, see these little layers that we pull back little by little to see these fighters on a different scale. Have some good times.
Yep. Yep.
Let me show you good. I had to get my some of my West Coast friend here, so I went out, got this. I started painting it. So I started painting a little cactus for some West Coast vibes in here too.
Wow. Nice. Nice. I feel like I should own a cactus. I don't. I feel like I should. I don't. But we gonna make it happen. We gonna make it happen.
Even the small ones, to $5-10.
Yeah. Yeah. I see them all the time. I'm dodging them when I'm out in the mountains training and shit. You know what? Here's the thing, bringing smoke. He was mentioned on the show tonight. So I mean, you might have to, scroll back, You know what I'm saying? But his name was mentioned, you know, just not in the same sentence in which you were looking for. But, you know, yeah. Anywho,
Real quick, then, guys, don't go anywhere. You know, you got some fun segments coming right back. We just got to take a quick 2-second pause.
What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want to enhance your smoking experience, King Palms has you covered. Innovative designs, premium quality, and they're all natural. So make sure you go over to kingpalm.com and use the promo code KPYNB at checkout to save 20% off your entire order.
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
Buddy V's fighters to watch. All right. First, we're going to get into it. You know, for the scrapyard, we always go first. I got T-Sav. Now, this fight really intrigued me because I was watching it, and the first thing he says is, you know, first time in the cage, want to, you know, have a fight, get it out. Let's see how it goes. And I saw this dog come out in him that I felt that he kind of discovered in this cage, and he wants to come back out, and I want to see him come back out because it's one of those things that when someone really can discover what is inside of them, you start to see this potential grow. And you never know who can do what. There's people who come out that look like they might have potential and do nothing. There's people who come out and you don't expect much and end up just becoming this whole other person. So, I mean, yeah, I want to see what happens. StreetBeefs West Coast. This one was 3-1. Now, I had mentioned one of their the person that they fought before, so this is crazy because I love watching the fighter. I like the grappling skills. I like some of the striking skills, and I believe that they've had 3 fights in the yard too. So I like seeing them come out. I haven't really seen them lately, so I want to say come back out 3-1. I want to see you have another fight. I want to see you get back in that cage, throw some hands, please and thank you. I know you're not the newest fighter because you've been here, but yeah, let's see you come back out. And from StreetBeefs OG Yard, Journeyman. Now, he almost made the list once before, but I brought him back and then he got on it this time because of a fight he had recently. But he's 45 years old. And I always love when I see older gentlemen stepping in that cage, showing that age is just a number. When you truly train, when you apply yourself, it doesn't matter what age you are. You can overcome obstacles, any obstacle that stands in front of you. And so Journeyman definitely went out there and earned, you know, his name. He's a journeyman. Got some years in the game. And so those are my 3 fighters to watch.
awesome picks, bro. Awesome picks.
Well, yeah, it's a little chilly. We gotta warm them up with some fire.
It might be that time. Yeah, Sound Can Aspire 5. We're going to start things off with StreetBeefs OG Yard, and you see it. This is a boxing match between 2 females. If you're looking for this fight, you see the title on the screen, Women Go to War, Boxing. And to war, these women went. This is a fight between a boxer versus a puncher. We saw some nice technical work from the boxer. I don't say this often, but footwork is key. Footwork is key. We see that clearly in this fight. Returning fire is key. We see that as well in this fight. Punches and bunches and a lot of heart shown, as well as a lot of knockdowns. Check out this fight. It's a fire fight. StreetBeefs OG Yard. Women Go to War. Moving on, I'm going to take you to StreetBeefs Scrapyard. You see it. Turtle versus Hummingbird. This was a great masterclass of boxing right here. It was very scrappy, very competitive, sharp skills on display, a lot of counter punching on display by both warriors. Great defenses shown by both warriors, and neither man shy. And a lot of bombs being dropped by these guys. A straight war from start to finish. Definition of a firefight. StreetBeefs Scrapyard, turtle versus hummingbird. Yeah, you see it. StreetBeefs West Coast. Shinigami versus Unga Bunga. This is a title match for about 5 rounds. Heavyweight big boy action. These guys did not disappoint. It starts off very poised and controlled. Both men showing a lot of sportsmanship. We got a lot of nice grappling in this fight right here. We saw a lot of ground control used by both men. And this was just a great chess match overall. And both men were tested in this fight. And in the end, we got a beautiful submission. StreetBeefs, West Coast, Shinigami versus Unga Bunga firefight. Taking you back to StreetBeefs OG Yard. This is Brian versus JDR. This was a great boxing match. Again, great boxing match. This is another boxer versus puncher. Both men showing great sportsmanship. This was a test of heart and will. You see that with the boxer. You see the power shots from the puncher. And you see some great combinations thrown by both men. A lot of clinch work from our puncher and a lot of great head movement as well. We don't see that too often in these matches. This was just an overall fire fight. StreetBeefs, OG Yard, Brian versus JDR. Check it out. And the final fire fight of the night, taking you back to StreetBeefs Scrapyard. If you're looking it up, you see the title on the screen. That'll be the title if you're looking it up. This is between Sailing and Rusty Beard. Sailing versus Rusty Beard. Right out the gate, these guys are throwing power shots nonstop, back and forth. These guys are swinging with bad intentions. And I don't say this too often, but a responsible guard is always needed. These guys were not worried about that whatsoever. You see these guys tagging each other left and right, swinging, throwing bombs. And at the end of this fight, we got a nice TKO. Again, StreetBeefs Scrapyard, Sailing versus Rusty Beard, Samkan the Fire 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All firefights.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That last one I gotta watch. It's on my list. So now I got a reason to. You picked it up for a firefight. I gotta watch it now.
Thank you, Mxrtem. The Scrapyard fight? You hadn't seen that one?
Not yet.
Yeah, it was good. It was good, man. Like I said, both men trying to tag each other. And, not much defense, man. These guys are just trying to hit, So check it out. Check them all out. Check out Mxrtem's fights. Check out Buddy V's fights. Check out Samke's fights.
And we'll get ready because one day our producer Jay is going to get in the ring. You're going to have to go check out his fight.
Hey, real shit. Jay is coming. Pause. Yeah, man. Jay said he's going to get him a little boxing in. So you guys get ready.
Get right here. Ooh. So what do you say, Samke? Should we wrap up the show?
It's about that time, brother. It's always fun, but we're going to have to go ahead and shut it down. First and foremost, I want to thank our guest tonight, Mxrtem. It was a pleasure, bro. Once again, audience, you guys go check out his fights. Very entertaining, very gritty fighter, but humble as well, as you can see. Also, I want to thank the greatest producer in the world, Jay, always killing it in the background. Buddy V, my co-host, always killing it. Can't do it without you. The people watching this in the comments, I appreciate you. The guys watching this, on replay, we appreciate you. Once again, Heart in the Fight, Overtime Hustling Magazine. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, man. Don't really do the social media. If you're trying to check for me, I'm here every Tuesday. Unless we have, real life priorities going on, we'll be back, So that's pretty much it for me, man.
Hell yeah. Well, shout out to ZwellHyperWorld.com. Like I said, going live tonight at midnight. Yes, you can get the live Derek the Gates Buck shirt and the Zwell bandana.
Let them know, let them
Bam.
know, let them know, let them know.
And at midnight, the pre-sale is going live for the Zwell sweatsuit. These
Okay,
feel like silk. They're
let's
zip
go.
up. Look at the background.
Let's
Bam.
go.
And they feel so comfy. And then even if you're taller, they're made a little longer, so that way they'll fit you nice and perfect. If you're a little shorter, then it's still stylish because you're looking nice and good like me, and it just fits nice. Like I said, it feels soft. It's like silk. And with the pre-order, you will get this design on a t-shirt because I was thinking about it. I will not put this print on another t-shirt again. They will not be for sale. But if you do the pre-sale order with the sweatsuit, then you will get the t-shirt. And I'm probably gonna throw in a couple extra things just for saying thank you for just buying it, and you might be the first to get the sticker accessory pack in there too. That's about to yeah, it's gonna be fun. And I'll even show you guys the original concept was in my drawing book right here
Yes,
before I
sir.
made it. So I draw all my images. I'm not joking. Yeah, all mine. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Somcat. It's a fun time killing with you every week. Hell yeah. Jay, can't wait to see you in the ring. We're excited. Thank you for having a fun time on the show too. Mortem, I'm glad I got to talk to you and actually, sit down and talk. I wanted to at the ring when I saw you, but I didn't get a chance to. And everyone watching the show, whether you're doing it live or on playback, thank you. And then, so Jay's famous words, we always end it with one world, one love, deuces.